Hey everybody, welcome back to another podcast. Today we're talking about something that you've probably experienced, and if you haven't experienced it, unfortunately, you probably will.
You're about to.
You're about to. And maybe you're searching and you look for this podcast. Well, you're in the right place, and I'm happy to be able to talk to you about it. Mm-hmm. And that is a creative drought.
Yeah, been there.
Creative block.
Yeah.
You're sitting in your desk. You don't want to edit the photo.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to go to that shoot tonight.
Yeah.
You're just burned out.
There's something demanding you to show up creatively, and you're resistant to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get down, you're stressed out to do it.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
What is that? What is happening?
Right.
Like, I'm not doing a podcast right now. I'm really surveying myself. Like, what is going on in my soul?
Right.
When, like, I literally came into work this week. Mm-hmm. This is weird. I came into work at 5:30 in the morning.
Goodness.
Because I had to get a creative project done by 8. And I had been procrastinating, but I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do it. I get into work at 5:30, and it's 7:30, and I have still not done it. And I text the client, and I say, hey, I'm going to need another day. I thought about coming up with an excuse, but don't ever do that. Just be honest.
Just be honest.
Hey, I'm going to need another day. Can we do this tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, yeah, of course. But I just took a pause and looking at myself like, what just happened to you? Like, What did you do? Like, this was crazy. Like, this is really like personal to me that you're asking that question, because it just happened to me.
Good. This can happen multiple times a year.
I'm looking forward to this answer because I needed it this week.
1, do not edit your photos right now. Okay? I want you to get up. Mm-hmm. I want you to go on a walk. And I want you to not have your phone with you. And I want you to just think.
Yeah.
You need to be alone with yourself for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
When this happens, it comes from a distraction. It comes from a loss of love for something. Don't worry. You're going to fall right back in love with it.
Yeah.
You are not at the end of your career. You're not at the end of this.
Okay, that's good news.
That's good news, okay? So when we do this is natural, okay? You just need to take some time to rediscover that and fall in love with it again.
Okay.
And you're not going to do that,
Okay.
at your desk editing a photo that
That's
you don't
true.
want to edit.
So don't keep grinding.
Don't keep grinding. That's okay.
Good.
So take a day and just breathe.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the number one thing I want you to do if you're in that creative drought. I don't have to dive into what a creative drought is. We've all had them, and I don't want to pile up too much on that side.
Yeah.
What I really want to help you with in this podcast, it doesn't have to be super long, but I want you to really focus on fixing this.
Yeah. Okay.
We need to rediscover our love for the little things. And I mean that could be the wind blowing through some grass. That could be a leaf falling from a tree. You need to go somewhere where you don't normally go. You've probably been in your office too much at this point, and it's just natural. It's a burnout.
Okay, so get up. Don't keep grinding. Go somewhere. Go for a walk.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Find if you probably have a healing place. Everybody has their healing place. Maybe that's a rooftop for you. Maybe that's by a river. Maybe that's in the middle of a forest.
Could be a coffee shop.
Mm-hmm. And then once you go there, once you go to that forest, once you go to that rooftop, once you go to that coffee shop, observe. Find little things that you're like, I love this. I love that. Watch the couple and the coffee shop talk. Okay.
That's really good. I feel like I want to be there even right now. Like,
I do too.
So I think there's a couple of things that I love about that. Number 1, going back to that moment of, it could be a drought. I think that's a bigger deal than I'm at a wall. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes I think I hit a wall.
Difference.
I wasn't in a drought this week, but I definitely hit a wall. In that moment, you hit the wall could become a drought if you don't handle it right.
If you don't handle it right.
Number 1, I think this is huge. Do not get on social media.
Oh.
Just so in that moment, you're hitting the wall. It's hard. I can feel the strain in my creative brain to get this out. Are you ever tempted in that moment? Like, can't y'all imagine, like, you just want to open up social media.
Exactly.
Don't you?
And you're going to think, oh, maybe I'll get some creative ideas from social media.
No.
But when you're in that toxic state, that toxic that mindset, you're not going to actually get creative ideas.
Yeah.
You're going to start copy and pasting other things. And
At
also
best.
at best, and what you're also going to do is start comparing yourself.
It's going to make you feel like crap.
Yep. It'll just derive every bit of love for that you have.
So there's something going on actually really deeply there. There's a dopamine release that happens when you go to social media. They have spent literally hundreds of millions of dollars perfecting the art of giving you the dopamine drip, whether it's through notifications or giving you a sequence of pictures that they know are going to keep you active. They know how to make dopamine release in your brain. They're going to do it. And what happens when you hit a wall, you felt this tension inside of you, and then you go to social media, the dopamine drip happens. It's like your brain's getting drunk.
It exactly is.
You are no
It's a
longer
false
motivated.
sense of satisfaction.
Right.
It's a false sense of everything's okay.
Okay.
Because it's probably not. It's
Imagine if
probably-
you're hungry, you haven't eaten in 7 hours, you're really hungry,
Right.
and you go eat sugar.
Yes.
Is that going to satisfy you?
No.
Absolutely not.
You're
But
gonna
that's
start
what's happening.
shaking. You're gonna have a hard crash.
Right.
So the best way to do this is literally step away.
Okay.
This
Good.
is not, don't step away for months on end. I'm just saying, if you
Yeah.
hit that wall, you hit that drought, it's a lot easier to find that love than you think.
Yeah.
But you have to handle it the right way. And grinding is a great thing when you're passionate about something.
Yeah.
But when you're not, you're just gonna lose all your love for it really fast.
Yeah.
And so
It's going to cause resentment.
it's gonna cause
even.
resentment in you. It's
I hate my job. I want to just go.
Yeah.
I want to go work that other job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You're living an amazing lifestyle as a wedding photographer. This is a ton of fun.
Yeah. Okay. So get away from the computer.
Get
Don't
away
do
from the
social.
computer.
Go for a walk. That's easy. Go
That's
to
right.
and then you said go to a new place or go to like a place that's healing for you.
Yeah, go to a new place
without your phone.
without your phone.
That's big. Don't bring your laptop to the coffee shop to edit there. Okay, that's actually really helpful because I think a lot of people would do that. Like,
Oh, it's
you know what?
natural for me to do that.
Okay, but you're still like in a creative space that may give you like extra creativity. But we're talking about when you hit the wall and you just don't have it. Don't take your laptop because why? What is it doing when you go to your place with no ability to do work? Think
Ooh,
about that.
There's a lot that's happening.
Yeah.
It causes you to remember who you are. It causes you to think with your brain instead of your computer. And just causes you to look around you for once. Right.
Yeah, you're connecting with something deeper in you.
Yes, this is so much deeper than the drought.
Yeah.
And so this doesn't have to be the longest podcast, but I just really wanted to nail that down as
Yeah.
go do something that's going to cause you to step away. You don't have to send that photo shoot tonight. And if you're like, oh, the deadline's today, hop on there. Hey, so-and-so,
Yeah.
we're going to need about 3 more days to get these photos to you.
Yeah.
Can't wait to show them.
Yeah.
They're not going to be mad.
Yeah.
They're going to understand. It's
Right.
okay. And you're going to get the photos to them. But you need that time, and that's okay. That's
Yeah.
totally okay.
Yeah.
Set the phone down for a little bit. And
How many
then
times
focus.
have you actually delivered something like at the last hour and then you go back and look at them later and realize, oh my gosh, that edit sucked? Every time.
Yeah, I know. And I'm like, and it's, especially when I'm like late night editing and I'm like,
Yeah.
have this in these over right now. I
Yeah.
said I have to. Don't
Right.
do that. Don't do that.
You owe it to the bride and groom to like actually take a breath. and
Yes.
regain your artistic eye.
Everybody would much rather wait those 3 days and have a product that has a lot more quality than something that's rushed.
Okay, I'm going to add a little bit to that.
Go ahead.
Because when I go to those places, I love what you said about don't bring your phone, don't bring your laptop, like enjoy you, reconnect with you. But one way that I've seen it help is if I do have access to be able to explore, so either through a magazine of some kind of beauty, or if I do have my laptop, I won't be doing the creative work, but I want to see other beauty.
That's fine.
So there's
100%.
something, and this is cool. Like I think we all can learn from this. Explore our creativity in industries that aren't what you're working in, actually fuels your creativity in the one you are working in. So I study architectural photography. I don't study it, but I love seeing it. I study as in like, I apply that into my brain. Like I spend time with it.
Yeah.
There are other, like I study commercials, like as in like I get them, I soak them in. Like I watch how other artists are creating maybe in a way that I'm not doing at that moment. And it applies then, and I see it come out in the way that I connect dots.
Yeah.
So the more dots you have in your brain of creative things, whether it's movies or like watching a movie.
Go watch a movie.
Go watch a movie. Like
don't feel guilty for that. If you want to go watch a movie and really dive into it, I mean, that's okay.
Yeah.
You got to have a little break.
Good.
An engine can't run forever.
Right.
That's a horse can't run forever.
Yeah. Right. So you need some breaks, and you need to apply some creative energy. You can't do it by just diving into your industry deeper. That doesn't make you more creative when you're not creative at that moment. You need to separate yourself.
It's beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
That's helpful. So take a walk, explore other creative things, whether it's God's creation or beauty through other industries, other creativity. And when you come back to the table, you're going to feel refreshed. Also, there's just something about being outside.
There is.
Like vitamin D, sun exposure, looking up at the sky, like all those things are so
it's
healthy.
Spiritual and chemical. It's just, there's no getting around that. The science is inevitable. The spiritual just connection is inevitable.
Yeah.
It's a charging.
So read 100%.
a book. Read a book.
Just say anything.
And I posted about this the other day on Shoot the Veil. I said, go on a walk. That was the title of it. And I said, I was editing this wedding, man, and I was so upset. You know, everybody has different skin tones and pigments in their skin, but for some reason my edit was just making this guy's skin blue. I was so irritated, and I was so irritated that I wasn't thinking about all the other settings that I could play with. I was just like, temperature, no, now everyone looks yellow, and he just looks weird. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not going to beat this dead horse, because right now I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. I stood up, and I went on a 45-minute walk.
Yeah.
I didn't bring my phone. I'm just looking around, and I wasn't actually thinking about how am I going to edit this.
Right.
I wasn't thinking about that at all. But then when I got back and I sat back down, the anger and frustration had dissolved. I was gone, and I was like, I'm going to think about this strategically. What are some tools that Lightroom has to offer that I can fix this?
Yeah.
Light went off.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
Fixed it.
Yeah.
Boom. And that's all I needed to do.
Yeah.
And I came back happier. I created a better image. Overall, I won. And, I prevented a drought from happening. And I became happier with my product. So I cleared that wall with doing something that actually helps. This is apart from your business.
This is so helpful. Relaxation, generally, I think what we're describing is when you're relaxed, you're more creative. Have you ever ridden a motorcycle? Driven fast?
Not fast, no.
It's weird. It gets your whole, like your vision gets so tight, and it's like you're driving through a tunnel. People talk about like when you're in a fight.
Yeah, tunnel vision.
You lose everything peripheral and you're focused right here. I think that's when you feel that stress. It happens when you hit the wall creatively too.
Yes.
And so you couldn't even see this other easy answer. You were so focused. So
imagine there's this 10-foot wall, and you're just so obsessed with getting through this wall that you're just pounding on this wall when you can walk around it.
Right. Yeah.
And you can't, when you're staring at a wall, your peripheral is not going to see the other side.
Yeah.
But you have to literally step back and be like, oh, there's a gate over there. I can walk around this wall with this. It applies to so much in life. It applies to relationships. It applies to everything. But when you can do that in your business as well. Step back, heal.
Yeah.
Find your love for it. Find your love for anything. Like
Love
you said, that architectural photography.
Yeah.
For me, it is nature. It's wildlife.
Yeah. Cool.
I love fishing. So these little things like that, there's simple joys that remind you just the beauties in life.
Okay.
And that's going to really apply.
So if we're pulling a principle down, depending on the extremeness of your block, whether it's a moment, but I still got to push, or if it's a wall, or if it's a drought. There are different mechanisms, but they all involve relaxing and pulling yourself back from that problem and finding a way to reconnect. So I'm gonna end this with just a simple thing, and we're actually gonna do this. So there's a thing in your body called the vagus nerve. It connects your brain to your intestine, really, and it's wild, but it connects these things. And the reason is because a lot of chemicals for your body are created in your large intestine. Weird, I know, but that's how it works. Your vagus nerve is this giant superhighway of communication between these chemicals, these hormones, and your brain. So I just took a deep breath. That's calming your vagus nerve. And so there's a system, and you may have done this before, but we're just going to do it as a podcast. And this is what I do. It takes 1 minute.
Okay.
Every time I'm up against a wall creatively, I'm sitting at my desk, I'm sitting where, and I can't move past it. Everything we just talked about is relaxation is helps us get over that wall. So this is the simple trick to reset your vagus nerve. It's literally like resetting your hormone system.
Okay. I'm excited.
So it's 4 seconds in, hold it, breathe out for 8 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, and then that's the cycle. Then breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4, out for 8, hold for 4. Does it make sense? So that whole thing takes 20 seconds, and you do that cycle 3 times. So that's 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so ready? We'll just breathe in for 4 seconds. So out. In. Out. In. Out. I hope you've enjoyed today's Shoot the Veil podcast. I hope you feel relaxed if you just did that with us.
I'm going to go take a nap.
Get creative, y'all. We love you. Happy weddings.
Have a good one.